Hello beautiful people, welcome to On Brick's Block. I'm Britt. I'm here today to go into my opinion and commentary about RessaTessa's situation. Who the F did I marry? Well, let's start with, I can kind of understand a lot of what she's been through and what she's going through. We're going to start at the beginning. When she first met him, she met him on Facebook and Hinge. Now, I kind of think what she went wrong, and they thought it was a joke, but to me it wasn't really a joke. Well, on one app he had one name, and on another app he had another name. So to me that should have been a red flag and not kind of a joke, because if he's doing that on these apps, it's like, what other apps are he on that he's using, another name versus his own name? And then when she met him, and the first day they was going on a date, her tie busted, and he came out and he fixed the tie. Not only that, he bought another tie, and he went on and took it to dinner. And a lot of times as women, when we see a man that's willing to go out his way for us, even from the beginning, we thinking, oh, he got me now, because that's the way to get him. So, he took her out to dinner, bought her a tie. So he showed her, look, I can take care of you. You need me, boo. You need me, I'm right here, I got you. And then we have to look at the fact that a lot of times we as women, not even women, but men too can do it at times, is when we meet somebody, we lay all our cards out on the table. It's like we tell them, I want a man to settle down with, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready to have kids, etc., etc., etc. And with men, they hear what we're saying, so, they playing on what we're saying. Oh, okay, she want to have this, she want to have that. So he tell you just what you want to hear, because you gave him the whole world. You gave him everything in your world versus just a little bit at a time. And when you do that, they able to get into your heart because they know the right words to say. And even that day, they went on a date and went to Cheesecake Factory, he held the hand. So it's like, look, I got you now. I'm trying to get at your heart. I'm trying to pull at you. So I can understand that, because a lot of times in my younger days, I was the same way. But, now that I've gotten older, it's like, you're going to have to try the pride out of me, because I don't have time for games. So, I could understand where she come from on that point. And then she went on to, by the time, she met him one day, 2 weeks later, the world was shut down for COVID. Now right here, to me, it would probably be a big no-no. Because one thing, I like my space. And have to be confined with somebody so you don't know when, no, I'm good. Because by the time the COVID be over, you don't want to choke somebody. So when COVID started, he stayed in a studio apartment. Okay, got it. So he stayed in a studio apartment, and she stayed in a regular house. So they was trying to decide who was gonna move in with who during COVID. I would have been good if he stayed at his own house. He can come out and visit. If you in your house, he in his house, you can't get COVID from yourself. So he would have stayed at his house, but she chose for him. He chose to come and live with her. So I think she kind of went wrong on that part, because it was so fast. I met him today. 2 weeks later, he done moved in. But it's to each his own. So he decided to move in. But we're gonna go back, because he told her that he comes from California and that he played arena football. Now that's something right there that you could find out. All you gotta do is ask him what team he played for, and go through the roster list and find him. I guess a person like me is, when I meet somebody, no offense, but that investigator in me make me go search on Facebook, Instagram, and see what you all about, because you ain't gonna be able to lie to me that quick. I'm just cautious, because I've been in relationships where, yeah, the red flags was glowing. They wasn't just red, they was glowing. And she didn't look But a lot of people try to fault her, say, well, it's her mistake because she did this and he said this and he told her that. Well, in my opinion, the man had receipts. If I asked you for a piece of paper, a receipt or something, he had it. He told her, okay, well, I got money in my bank accounts. He showed her a bank account. You can't really, go against a bank account when I see it. If I wouldn't have saw it, he told me this, then that's a different story. Now, in the offshore account, she didn't see that. So that right there was questionable. But even with the loan for the house, she saw the loan for a house. So, all these promises, oh, I'm going to buy you a house, I'm going to buy you a car, I'm going to do this. That kind of stuff, it was understandable. So it's like he took her to all these places, and every time something was wrong. So I probably would have been questionable about that. But my thing is, when he wanted to go buy a house, and he said, well, we're going to buy this house. One house you was going to try to use the Chase loan, but then you're going to go buy another house that was more expensive and say, I'm going to pay cash. I'm like the lady, the broker. I need to see the cash. I'm going to need to see this account. Even she had to question that, yeah, we need to see that account. So it's like, let me see what you got, because you doing a bit much now. But with legend, his name is Jerome McCoy. He would lie about a little stuff, and as she began to see those lies and what was going on, she started to wake up. Because where's his grandma? Your grandma's been dead since 2008. You gonna raise up and kill her again with COVID? Unnecessary stuff. His aunt, he died of COVID. His first wife's daughter, she died of COVID. Then he take her to the cemetery and say, look up there. That's what my grandma had and grandpa had. But there's no writing on the tombstone. At least the granddaddy name should have been on there. If he died way before she did. I mean, just unnecessary lies. Lies that, they can catch up with you. But I think my thing too with the jobs. You a VP. And she said he would get up and he would have on like rubber shoes, blue work pants, that probably to me that would be Dickies, and a t-shirt. No VP goes to work with that kind of stuff on. He looked like he in a uniform. I mean, so it's like, baby, open your eyes. Just for a moment, just open your eyes so you can see. But once again, he had lies, because he had paperwork showing that he was a BP. And but what get me, as I have sat and listened and watched, when he was on the phone with his brother, supposedly, allegedly, he was on the phone talking to his imaginary friend. Well, allegedly he had some classmates that said they went to school with him. In their school, they said they had their best time in high school because he would have imaginary friends. He would talk to them and not to people. And it's like, you going crazy. And then the lie about the car outside came to see her. Now, I will say, if any man comes to a man's house and ask for their woman, you going to get that man's name. You going to get his address. You going to know how he look. You going to know what kind of shoes he got on. You probably going to even know the eye color. Because there's no way in the world a man will come to a man's house and say, look, where's such and such, and you just let him leave. So when she came home, he told her, somebody came by here in a Charger, and she she baffled. Oh, it must be something because you worried about it. If you came by my house and I don't know what kind of car you drive, I'd be worried about it too. He slept so peacefully. But in actuality, if that really happened, that man would have spazzed out. He would have went crazy. There's no way he would sit there and be that calm. Now I can go over to Martell when he tell that lie about Mel. Oh, she cheated on me. She cheated on me. Boy, if she cheated on him, Martell today would be in a padded room with a vest high as a kite, because he couldn't manage if he come down. If that lady would have cheated, if Mel would have cheated on him, there's no way he would have been alright if she cheated on him. So that was a bold-faced lie. And it's like they lie about stuff that doesn't make any sense. It's like, why lie? You know, and then as she went along, you know, she learned, okay, he lying. And even Peaches, the so-called girl that he was messing around with, Peaches allegedly is him. He's sending himself messages as if he's talking to them, which he's not. And it gets crazy and crazy because even to this day, he's still lying. He's saying that his story is being picked up by Netflix. They had him come down there to the studio, and he looked around the studio and he's making a movie. But this story with Netflix started before she even came out. So it's like, get your lives together. So kind of backtracking, when he got sick, when his knees started hurting, to me I was like, you know, your knees hurting and your legs hurting and they getting worse and worse. I'm like, she found out that you was paying for sex. I'm like, okay, no, it's more to this story. That ain't it. It's like a lot more to this story. And come to find out, allegedly, he has HIV now. But you was paying for sex, so you should know. So when he went away for the so-called 2 weeks, you know, he said he went away to get help because his body was really starting to break down on him. And if you see his face now, here's the picture of how he looks. You would tell that, oh yeah, he done been through some things. But it's like, you know, I don't understand the lies, but I can understand where she come from. And then to go back to the other 3 women, one thing that he does is he's looking for women with low self-esteem. And if he can just get into your head, he got you. It's for his first wife, she even admitted, you know, I had low self-esteem. I was going through some stuff. Talba, which was a girlfriend, it only lasted 7 months with her. Now with Talba, I just don't know, because when she met him, he had that same excuse. He come from California, but he was living in a motel, and he drove like a little beat up Toyota. So it's like, not saying that I'm better than anybody, but I don't think I would want nobody that's already living in a motel. Because if your job was sent you here, you would live in a motel. They would put you up somewhere nice, not this little raggedy side road motel. And she met him on Plenty of Fish, which that's another app that he was on. And that only lasted 7 months because she caught the lies right off the bat. She went playing with him. And then when you get to Platinum Doll, she lasted for a little bit. Well, let me go back to Talbot for a minute, because Talbot's thing was she was trying to make it work. You know, she was like, you know, I'm at this certain age and I want to have a relationship. I want to settle down. I want to do this and want to do that. But we have to realize these days and age, it's hard for us to build a nigga. It's better for us to go to the store and build a bear than a man, because they got too much going on. So it's like you can't build them up. You know, she was trying her best to, okay, well, I want him to wear this cologne. I want him to wear these clothes. But if he don't want to change, he's not going to change. He's going to put them clothes on and smell good. That's about it. So then we get the Platinum Doll. He told, now this one right here, he just got outlandish with this one. And this was really something that you could check on. He told her that he came from California, but he played for Dallas Cowboys. And it's like, I want to, if I could just crawl in their brain and say, look, him saying he played football, that's something easy to look up, because they all have a roster, and all you gotta do is pull it up. But with her too, he was gonna buy her a car, he was gonna buy her a house, he was gonna do all this, and finally with him, he got put in jail with her, and that was the end of the story. Because when he tried to come back to her house, then he had him arrested. She had him arrested because, and even the police told her, you know, you need to get rid of him because you don't know his whole story. She didn't know quite enough about him, but she couldn't go and tell her, oh, this, that, and other. She just said, you know, he ain't who you think he is. Then we go to his first wife, Miss Missouri. Now this lady, he put her through a lot mentally. Whereas when it was over, she had to go and get counseling. She had to go get help. Even Platinum Dog said the same thing. She had to go get help because of the lies. If you talk to a pathological liar or a narc, they will have you so confused and second guessing what you know is right, because they talk like they like to get on a merry-go-round. And the merry-go-round goes around and around and around. It don't go up and down. It just go around and around and around. So it's like you talking to them, you listening to what they're saying, and a lot of times it's the truth. Some of the truth is in there, but you got to cipher it out. It's like getting flour and you got to put it in a sifter and shake the flour to sift the truth out. And what's left is to sift the lies out. What's left in there is the truth, but you don't sift so many lies, you don't even know which one is right. They will have you so baffled and confused and make you second think, okay, is that right? Well, could this be so? They can tell you the sun outside, the sky is purple, and you go out there, you know that sky is blue, but they don't told you, gave you such a good story. You be like, man, well, yeah, maybe it's purple, cause you confused now, So, and that's the way he had them, to where it was so bad that they had to go get help. But with Miss Missouri, I feel bad because it caused her son to lose a lot because he was putting his hand on her. He wanted to put his hands on the hitter, and the son wasn't having that. So he got a charge behind that, and it really wasn't right. But at the end of the day, any child gonna protect their mama. So it's like now, this man is still out here, though, y'all. Literally, he is still out here trying to get the women, even in your condition, even with your condition, you still out here trying to get the women. And it's like, I'm glad that they came out because it can help somebody. They may run into him and they may know him. And the crazy part about it is that he had a so-called sister that lives in Douglasville that name was Tabitha. Well, I reached out to this girl on Facebook because she was in a message. And she came back to me and she was like, I'm kind of tired of talking about this situation. And I was like, you know what, I'm sorry for bothering you, thank you. Then she texted me back. She said, I see that you live in South Carolina. I was like, yes, I live in South Carolina. So she was asking me what area. Come to find out, I went to high school with the girl. And we friends, we have some of the same friends. So I'm like, it doesn't work to even lie because people going to find you out. It's just best to tell the truth. So we're going to talk about this other lady that's on here, Veronica. Veronica was on Kendra G's dating show. Now, what I don't get about pathological lies, once again, is like, why lie? Because when you lie, especially when you lie on this internet, somebody gonna know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knew somebody that knows somebody that know you. So it's like you wasting your time doing that. So she gets on the show. Kendra says, are you married? No, I'm divorced. I got divorced last June. Her husband get us on the show. He was told by his niece, do you know Veronica was on the dating show? So he comes onto the show too. So if you want to know, see the show, it's the video before this, and it's kind of long, but it's towards the end. So she says, no, I'm not married. Then Kendra says, do you have children? Yes, I have 2 children, 10 and 17. Come to find out, she has 3. She says, well, I have 1 grown child and 2 children at home. So I guess when you take the REN off of children, they only make you have 2, and they have 2. You have to take the REN, that's make you have 1. So it's like you got 3 kids. If somebody asked me today, because she said because the girl doesn't live with her, you got a daughter and a granddaughter, because they don't live with you, you only make sure you have 2 kids. Well, if my daughter was to move out because she's grown, and I have a younger daughter, somebody asked me, do you have children, Britt? Yes, I have 2. So I'm like, how do you dismiss your children? So then she says, she found to the information that, oh, this is my body. I haven't had any work done on my body. Come to find out, that was a lie. You met the man, met your husband in the Dominican Republic when you had surgery. So it's like, there you go, you telling lies. Why? That would be my question all the time is, why lie? Tell me the truth, because I'm eventually find out. So she was married. They don't go to mediation till April. You have 2 kids. You have 3 kids, not 2. Your body has been worked on. And then at the end, one thing about a narc and a liar is that when you catch them in a lie, they get so angry. They get so mad. Because the thing is, like, now, how am I gonna clear this lie up? Okay, I'm on lie 20, and you go by to ask me questions back at lie 10. Now I gotta think about what lie I told at 10 to make before I get back 20, so I can make 20 look good. So it's like they will have you so baffled. So she gets so upset. Oh, she just on a rampage. I don't. Why am I here? And you didn't do this and you didn't do it because you were caught in a lie. Which again makes it hard to talk to a pathological liar, because when you catch them in a lie, they get angry, and you trying to figure out what you mad for. You're not even mad. I just want to know the truth, but you will never get that. So we go to Martell. Martell is the same way. He want to say Mel lied on him. Mel cheated on him. She didn't cheat on him. He always wants somebody to come to his rescue. Mel hit me. Mel beat me up. When she did none of that. He tried to make it seem like, she came in here, look at her. But you don't gaslit this woman. You was the big sheet of lighter fluid. So you want her to be calm because you see her telling lies. So if I can get people to look at you one way, and I'm doing this, and they look at you in a bad way, hey, I'm good. Even when it was down to Sugar Mama, he tried to lie about his child too. Like, I don't really know. She yours. So it's like, these 3 people right here are pathological liars. They are the billboard, the poster child of pathological liars and narcs. You talk to them. If I was to see these people and they said I had a conversation with me, I would have to really just be quiet and listen to what they say so I can find out what's the truth. Because you're not going to know. I will second guess everything they're saying. So I can understand the things that Ressa went through. I can understand Veronica because I don't been with a liar. And Martell, I don't been with a liar. But it's like, it make your head hurt at the end of the day. And I feel bad for these women because they have to go now and have seek counseling. And I'm glad that Ressa came out and told her story because it helped her. It not only helped her, but it healed her. Because a lot of times we hold up and bottle stuff inside, and then next thing we know, we have anxiety attacks. Because while we are still bound by our story, we need to be set free. And not only that, she don't help a lot of other women. Because this man gonna come across a lot of other women. A lot of women that has met him. And then now they got a clear understanding. Or they can be warned that this man right here you see, don't do it. Whatever you do, you see him, run. So I pray for these women, RessaTessa, Miss Missouri, and Platinum Doll, that they will heal. And all the other women in Tabor, that they will heal from this man. And any other woman that's in a situation like this, and you come across and you with a man that's a pathological liar, and you know it, and that's a narc, you know it, that God will find you, give you a way of escape out of this. And then when he do that, he will give you a peace of mind. Because a lot of times, we lose our peace because we're so fearful. But he said he'll give you the peace to pass all understanding that will guard your heart and your mind. So women and men too alike, because men, they go through this stuff too. So my prayer is that they will go through and come at the end of this unscathed, unburnt from all this. But in this too, they learn the lesson and don't make it so hard on the next man, because it will be hard for the next man to come along, because your guard will be up so high. And they say one thing wrong, they put one period in the wrong spot, it's over. No, and it could be the person for you, but you would never know because your guard up so far. It's like trying to climb a barbed wire fence and get over it. You're not. So you got to learn how to let your guard down just a little bit and let that brick wall come down. You know, the walls of Jericho, walk around them sometimes so they can collapse, because now you gotta wall around your heart, you gotta wall around your mind. They say something to you wrong, and it could be the slightest thing, but something could, that word or something will trigger you. So I pray for everybody that has gone through this, that may even go through it, because life's not over yet. But even in that you will have peace, and you will look for the signs. So thank y'all for listening. I'm sorry that I was kind of late on coming back with this commentary, but thank you for listening to Bricks Block. Like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all, I'm trying to get my subscriber up to at least 500. So tell your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your children, your dogs and cats to subscribe. You ain't got to look at it, just subscribe. I'm good. And y'all be blessed and have a great day on purpose.
We get straight to the business every minute, every day.